Square Enix hits us with a 3D remake of the original Trials of Mana on the Super Nintendo Switch. I've never played the original, so this review is going to be solely on the 2020 remake of the Nintendo Switch version. Playing through the entire story took me roughly about 30 hours. This is with defeating the second boss. Trials of Mana is a 3D action RPG game in which you choose one starter and two supporting. There are 6 characters to choose from. Trials of Mana does a really good job with not telling you too much about the characters at the beginning. I think this is to not cloud your judgment when choosing your starter. At the beginning of the game, they give you a brief backstory of the character along with the weapon they use, whether the character is high attack, defense, heal, or magic, and finally the starter stats, which are strength, stamina, intellect, spirit, and luck. So the way that you build your character is with class changes and training points that can be used to unlock new abilities. You start off on class 1. By the end of the game, you end up reaching class 4. When you change to class 2 and 3, you can choose to go on the path of dark or light. The training point system is important for developing your characters and applying the right abilities for the situation. The points are acquired as you level up your character. As you add more points to each stat, you unlock different abilities that can be equipped to your characters and used during battle. The abilities vary through each character, but there are chain abilities that are obtained throughout the story that can be used by any of the characters. The loot system works 2 ways. First one is finding the chest through each level that gives you random items. The second way is a potted plant in which you plant seeds to generate random items. The different types of seeds that there are, there's 5. Regular, silver, gold, rainbow, and the question mark seeds. The battle system is pretty simple. Hack and slash, recovery items, and magic spells, along with a strategy option that allows you to have some type of control because you only control one character at a time during battle. Keep in mind the strategy has to be set up before the battle starts. You cannot set the strategy during battle. Trials of Mana takes you on a journey in which you seek the Sword of Mana. As you progress in the game, you level up your character and earn new abilities and attacks. Trials of Mana does a good job of keeping things the same but different. I'm talking about the enemies. Enemies are recycled, but when you encounter them later in the game, they have higher levels or may have a different element, like earth, wind, or fire. I did not get tired of the battles for the reason that I wanted to keep leveling up each character to see what new abilities and attacks and costumes I would unlock. So the game gives you an incentive to keep leveling up and continuing. Every time I started to feel like things were getting repetitive, the game would unlock a new area or a new ability or a new attack that kept me involved and wanting to unlock more and more. The one thing that I did not like was some of the camera angles. When in battle, I wanted the view to just be zoomed out just a bit to catch all the action in battle and know where my 2 supporting characters were, so I could easily switch to them, heal or attack or whatever the case was. My boss encounters, I would choose one character that dealt the most damage and use the other 2 as support and heal. This is how I would win most of my boss encounters. Trials of Mana does have a lot of content. After the story is over, the game gives you the option to replay the game and allows you to carry over abilities, so there is replayability in this game. With 6 characters in the game and each one having a different story and a different ending. The actual story I really won't get into. The story is pretty straightforward. You embark on a journey with 3 heroes to retrieve the Sword of Mana, and in between you fight some badass bosses and fight some interesting foes. So the way that I review games is either pick up at full price, wait for a price drop, or just don't pick up at all. And today I'm going to say the Trials of Mana game I enjoy through and through, and the game that I'm going to continue on playing. So I'm going to say this is a pick up at full price. Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit me in the comments what other games that you want me to do reviews on.